right? He tried to do that with Haman. Haman tried to, Haman say, hey, if we leave all of them, what the fuck, you know what? I bring out the history to show you people. These people mindset wouldn't. Do you feel the mindset change? You're a fool. Their mindset don't change just so overnight, just so the mindset just change. Why would their mindset change? Because why? Well, you're catching hell too much. They put all you in hell, so yeah. They put all you under the oppression and the pressure. You feel them just go and change. Why them catching too much of hell, why? Well, we try and change and help them. These fucking Edomites don't care about all you. Joe Biden didn't care about you. This is written in the scriptures concerning us. The fight is between Jacob and Esau. In the end, Jacob will come out victorious, but that is the fight. This book of Esther, the book of Esther, um, he say, if we keep them to going on, if we keep them to right, okay, Tawara Yawa Basham Yawashai. Esther chapter 3 and verse 6, it says, and he thought scorn to lay hands on Mordecai alone, for they had showed him the people of Mordecai. Wherefore Haman sought to destroy all the Jews. The Jews is the house of Judah. And you want this all now? This is after Solomon, every kingdoms and all kind of thing. You still want to fight people? As I say, that is due to Genesis 3 and 16. I put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. But these Edomites and them never forget the enemy, Solia. They know who is the chief enemy. This is why it always had friction between you. And he thought scorn to lay hands on Mordecai, Esther 3 and 6, for they had showed him the people of Mordecai. Wherefore Haman sought to destroy all the Jews that were throughout the whole kingdom of Ahasuerus, even the people of Mordecai, in the first month, that is the month Nisan, in the 12th year of King Ahasuerus, they cast per, that is the lot, before Haman from day to day, and from month to month, to the 12th month, that is the month Adar. And Haman said unto the king Ahasuerus, there is a certain people scattered abroad and dispersed among the people in all provinces of thy kingdom, and their laws are diverse from all people, neither keep they the king's laws. Wherefore it is not for the king's profit to suffer them. If the king please, if it please the king, let it be written that they may be destroyed, and I will pay 10,000 talents of silver to the hands of those that have the charge of the business to bring it into the king's treasuries. Right? Um, jump into verse 12. It says, then were the king's scribes called on the 13th day of the first month, and there was written according to all that Haman had commanded unto the king's lieutenants, and to the governors that were over every province, and to the rulers of every province, and to the rulers of every people, of every province, of every people of every province, according to the writing thereof, and to every people after their language, in the name of King Ahasuerus was it written and sealed with the king's ring. So everybody, that is Esau trying to form an alliance to destroy the Jews, just as he did, because Haman was an Edomite. Verse 13, and the letters were sent by posts into all the king's provinces to destroy, to kill, and to cause to perish all Jews, both young and old, little children and women, in one day, even upon the 13th day of the 12th month. That is like the purge in one day. Adar, and to take the spoil of them for a prey. See? The copy of the writing for a commandment to be given in every province was published unto all people that they should be ready against that day. So you see? So Esau tried to form an alliance back then. Hey man, he tried to form this alliance, just as Psalms the 83rd chapter goes on to say. Right? These Esther in the Apocrypha. Right? Esther chapter 3, Esther chapter 13, verse 3. It says, now when I asked all my counselors in the Apocrypha, right? The rest of the book of Esther. It says, now when I asked all my counselors how this might be brought to pass, Haman that excelled in wisdom among us, and was proved for his constant goodwill and steadfast fidelity, and had honor in the second place in the kingdom, declared unto us that in all nations throughout the world there was scattered a certain malicious people that had laws contrary to all nations, and continually despised commandments of kings, so as the uniting of our kingdoms honorably intended by us cannot go forward. Psalms the 83rd chapter, the 3rd verse says, they have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent, one mind. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom, the headman. Haman was a Edomite. Joe Biden is a Edomite. Donald Trump is a Edomite. The rulers of this world is Edomites. Scripture says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Right? Verse 5 in Esther, the continuation of Esther, chapter 13 and verse 5. Seeing then we understand that this people alone is continually in opposition unto all men, differing in the strange manner of their laws, and evil affected to our state, working all the mischief that they can, that our kingdom may not be firmly established. Therefore we have commanded that all they that are signified in writing unto you by Haman, who is ordained over the affairs, and is next unto us, shall all with their wives and children be utterly destroyed by the sword of their enemies, without all mercy and pity, the 14th day of the 12th month, Adar, of this present year. Alright? So you see what Haman said, and he sent it out to all the people in the provinces. So whatever nation it was from, all you team up together and kill these Jews. The tabernacles, Psalms 83 and verse 6, the tabernacles of Edom, the Ishmaelites, of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Gibal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, the inhabitants of Tyre. Asher is also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot Selah. So, you see what's going on. This is the mindset. So what make you feel in 2020 they don't know this? Them know. The Illuminati, the illuminated ones, the ones who could see, the ones who are the light, Alright? But the scripture say where the light is as darkness in the book of Job. Because I had the light. But what to do with the light? Job chapter 10 and verse 21. Before I go whence I shall not return, even to the land of darkness and shadow of death. The land of darkness as darkness itself, and the shadow and of the shadow of death without any order, and where the light is as darkness. So the light that they have, they put it forth as darkness. They blind people, but they see and they know. They know the story, they know the history. In order to conquer a nation, you have to know the background. What they like, how we could fight this nation, how we could bring them down, how we could stop them. Could we stop them by the sword just so? No. Achio, in the book of Judith, proved that. And this is why, after 1776, after Adam was hooked, right? After Adam was hooked, and Mayam Shelbawa opened the Illuminati, this Apocrypha was taken out of the Bible by a group called the Bible Destruction Group. Right, so let me read this in the book of Judith, which is in the Apocrypha. Judith chapter 5 and verse. I would read from 1 and I read from 5 and I will jump around. Judith chapter 5 verse 5. Then said Achio, the captain of the sons of Ammon, let my lord now hear a word from the mouth of thy servant, and I will declare unto thee the truth concerning this people which dwelleth near thee. Because everybody always wanted to kill me, and inhabited the hill countries, and there shall no lie come out of the mouth of thy servant. These people are descended from the child of the Chaldeans. And they sojourned heretofore in Mesopotamia, because they would not follow the gods of their fathers, which were in the land of Chaldea, which was Abraham. Moses separated Abraham and let Abraham know, be separate and worship me. For they left the way of their ancestors and worshipped the God of heaven, the God whom they knew. So they cast them out from the face of their gods, and they fled into Mesopotamia and sojourned there many days. Then their power commanded them to depart from the place where they sojourned and to go into the land of Canaan, where they dwelt and were increased with gold and silver and very much cattle. But when a famine covered all the land of Canaan, they went down into Egypt and sojourned there while they were nourished, and became there a great multitude, so that one could not number their nation. Therefore the king of Egypt rose up against them and dealt subtly with them, and brought them low with laboring in brick, and made them slaves. Then he cried unto their power, and he smote all the land of Egypt with incurable plagues, so the Egyptians cast them out of their sight. And the Most High dried the Red Sea before them, and brought them to Mount Sinai, and Kadesh Ban, and cast forth all that dwelt in the wilderness. So they dwelt in the land of the Amorites, and they destroyed by their strength all them of Heshbon, and passing over Jordan they possessed all the hill country. And they cast forth before them the Canaanite, the Perizzite, the Jebusite, the Shechemite, and all the Girgashites, and they dwelt in that country many days. And whilst they sinned not before their power, they prospered, because the Most High that hated iniquity was with them. But when they departed from the way which he appointed them, they were destroyed in many battles very sore, and were led captives into a land that was not theirs, and the temple of their power was cast to the ground, and their cities were taken by their enemies. So you see, this study, actually your study with history, you feel in order to study, in order to defeat a people, you have to study their history. We study the so-called white man history, so we know how to defeat him. How to defeat him is just put righteousness in every province, and he will lose. He'll get frustrated because he's the devil that the Bible speaks of. We know his history. So that is why we can't be this man by no gun and no bomb and no drill and no nothing like that, nothing physical. What we had to do is preach God's word. That is how he does get legs. That is the history, because his whole kingdom and his setup is on Satan. And Satan can take the word of the Lord pushing too much. Right? Verse 19, but now are they returned to their power, and are come up from the places where they were scattered, and have possessed Jerusalem, where their sanctuary is, and are seated in the hill country, for it was desolate. Now therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error against this people, and they sin against their power, let us consider that this shall be their ruin, and let us go up, and we shall overcome them. So what Esau started to do, it started to make Jake sin, started to make me go off, because he read this. In order for them to take the Apocrypha out of the Bible, out of this, because this wasn't joined with this, you could get it in the 1611 version. In order for them to do that, they read through all of that, and they say, you know what, that had to come out. That had to come out. All these books, all they take out of the scriptures for what? When King James published it, he published it with all these books. But guess what? You Edomites, your time up. Your time up. We find out. I'm going to continue to read. Verse 21 says, but if there be no iniquity in their nation, let my Lord now pass by. Let their Lord defend them, lest their Lord defend them, and their power be for them, and we become a reproach before all the world. So Achio was a smart. He was no dunce. He was smart. He studied, and he could have break down how the hell we could fight these people. Because their God is not a normal God. Their God is fight for them. Their God is defend them. Their God is make sure they're safe. Anytime they're doing the right thing by him, he will make sure they're safe. Anytime they're doing shit by him, he'll fight against them. So what Esau started to do, he said, well, let me make them do shit so he can always fight against them. He studied the enemy and bring them down. By thy sword shalt thou live. So he used his sword philosophies, teach we all kind of wickedness, so that we could always sin and make sure we always sin, and so we power wouldn't have no place with we. But Yahweh our Lord came and gave us grace. This is why you had a reverence and praise Yahweh 24/7 as you could, as much as you could. So that is why the scriptures say these men know the light. They know the light. They have the light. They could see. They know, and because they know how to rule the earth. Because they know how to make people believe what they want them to believe, and they know how to lie. They know how to deceive. They know how to do that because they know the truth. They know there's Edomites. They know we's Israelites. They know all of that. They know. So they're able to deceive because they know. Okay? And because they know what we saying is truth. And because they know what we saying is truth, they will use that sword. So it don't matter if Joe Biden or Donald Trump or fucking whoever. It don't matter. Once these people know the truth, they know we have the truth, they know what we saying is true, they will use that sword, bro. That sword will be used, and they will use it in a very vicious way. Come very soon. Hopefully next year, please God. Hopefully this year. You don't see Biden say it will be a dark winter already. Could be this year. Lord, bring it down this year. I found, Kalala Yamla Yahawaba Shamya Oshai. Because this place had a fall. This is Babylon. Who wants to be in Babylon? What do you want to be in Babylon?